Alright, someone requested I make a tutorial of Rasputin by Boney, which I find quite the compliment, if there was any way to take that. So here I am. It's 1:30 a.m. in Ottawa here. Um, so I might as well get started. A couple of things. This is on the internal microphone of the Mac, so it's probably not the best quality of sound. And for another, this is a left-handed bass guitar. Which is interesting because I'm using the webcam on my Mac, which of course I'm pretty sure it mirrors it. Uh, Actually, I don't think it does. Maybe it doesn't. Either way, whether it's mirrored or not, this is left-handed, so things are going to be a bit backwards. Um, Finally, I got a bit of a hole in my middle finger here, so it's a bit difficult for me to use it on the frets, but that shouldn't be too horrible. And hopefully this will be nice and short. So, Boney M by Rasputin by Boney M is a song largely in B, which is coincidentally my favorite note in music, and it largely uses the B way up on the G string. Oh, better. That's just the snare drum in the background buzzing. Have to ignore that. Unfortunately, I forgot to take the snares off. B is also down here, but largely in the song it's played an octave higher. So for the introduction, it starts up here, and it sort of does a. I should also note that this is the studio version of the song and not the live version, because I figured people would be more interested in that. I can do a separate tutorial on that. I just got to remember how to play it. Either way, high B. Which is basically B, A, G, B, A, G. What's that? This is the D strings: E, F, F sharp. So yeah, B, A, G, F sharp. And it repeats that twice, I believe. For the verses, it's largely, again, on the high B. It does a sort of pattern where it does a sort of where it sort of alternates between B, F sharp, which is its dominant note, going down from that to that, and A. So it sort of does that sort of rhythm throughout most of the verses to begin them, and then it does a which is a basically it goes down to E, and via half steps goes from D, and via half steps goes from D to E. So D, D sharp or E flat, E, E E D E, E D E, F sharp. Oops, sorry. That's the getting ahead of myself here. Goes up to F sharp, F sharp, A sharp or B flat, B, and then back up to a sort of D, E, F sharp, B. Hopefully this has made sense so far. I can get ahead of myself. And it does this vein, I think, about twice, and then there's a procession where it does a sort of usually I go up to the G string, but depending on your style, you might want to go. And that's basically that same sort of thing between D and E, with an F sharp, G sharp, I believe, G sharp, A sharp, or sorry, not A sharp, F sharp, G sharp, yeah, A sharp or B flat, and then back down to, this is turn itself off, back down to F sharp. A lot of sharps here, or flats. I usually tend to use sharps. So yeah. Back up to B. So that's basically the verses. For the chorus, it gets a bit interesting. The way I usually play it is a sort of, and it starts on a low B. Which is a bit all over the neck. You could play it all the way here, where, you know, a sort of, which is easier. And the way through that is basically starting on a low B. Everything in that song is B, virtually. B, C sharp or D flat, D, up to E. So sort of going up through half steps, mostly half steps. Then G sharp, or sorry, yeah, G sharp, B. So you're going from one B to another all the way up an octave. Going down 5 steps here with the B to the F sharp. So you do that sort of stepping down to A here. A to G, down to E, and then back up to B. D, and then back up to B. I'm pretty sure the bassist in the song and the recording does a sort of, he goes up here because at the end there's a, he sort of slides it down at the end. Which, so I think he, my idea is he played it that way. But so those are basically the choruses. Now there is a bridge that sort of does a, on the B again, A, G, A, B, and it just repeats that twice. I like to do the sort of, which isn't really on the bass, but it's like in the song. I think it's a guitar, which is basically that would be a F sharp, yeah, F sharp obviously. F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B. That's basically the whole song. I'm pretty sure the scale is in B major because I don't believe there are any whole steps between, well there is, so actually it'd probably be B minor, which a lot of musicians tend to favor over major scales. Everything in that song is basically B, really. You know, between octaves, even the strings. Most of the strings will sound exactly like this, like in terms of their first sound. So anyway, that's probably the best I can do in terms of a tutorial. Hopefully it was enlightening in some way. I'm sorry I screwed up the notes quite a bit because I'm not used to, I'm used to going by patterns. This is a sort of arrow pattern. But yeah, so hopefully that was interesting or okay, and if anybody wants any more tutorials, I'm welcome to give them. Thank you for watching.